we're back again. Back-to-back games for the Pistons, so back-to-back pregame shows for Woodward Sports. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Piston pregame show. My name is Stick. To my right,
I'm Adam.
I am Joey, and I am so excited. 3 games in 4 days. This is amazing.
You're excited.
And the Pistons rested some key players last night that hopefully, and I think we're going to see tonight. So if you weren't watching last night's game, it was tough. It was a tough game. This has kind of been the Pistons' MO for the first 3 games of the season. They play well, then the fourth quarter comes, and it doesn't really work out for us in the end. So that leaves us with 0-3. But there was some great things to take away from last night.
It's crazy because throughout the entire game, it was an ass whooping. But, I mean, it got down to the wire at the end. We had to come back, but like Stick said, I mean, there really was a lot of good that came out of this because we got to see Isaiah Stewart as the star that he is, and a lot of the new rookies.
I wouldn't say star, but
Dude, he's
on his way, baby.
I think something that's really interesting is I know we're only 3 games in, but the first 2 games the Pistons were held under 20 points in the fourth quarter. I know it's a young team, but this is kind of a trend we're probably going to see for the rest of the season,
right? Or
at least the first half of the season. So that's something to look forward to really every game.
But I thought you made a great point earlier when you were talking to Sean Baligian, just kind of between shows. You said that the Pistons lost, and I felt good about it.
Yeah.
Why do you feel good about a loss?
Yeah, I mean, really the only way you can describe it is there's a vision, there's a plan, and there's something to look forward to. So if the Pistons are communicating directly to me and telling me, hey, here's our plan. They've told me everything they want. We're not going to be the best team for the next 2 years, but here's our plan.
Right.
I'll get behind that. I'd rather be what we are now than when we were a 6, 7, 8 seed getting swept in the first round.
Right.
So
Joey,
I'm really excited about the talent
we were texting back and forth during the game last night, and not only did you like Isaiah Simmons, you loved Isaiah Stewart, sorry. You loved watching Saddiq Bey out there too.
Yeah, Saddiq Bey, because he's like a small guy, but he's jacked.
But he's a big guy.
He's a beast, and I feel like we're going to really see a lot of growth out of him. I mean, he is a rookie.
Yep.
And for him to have that opportunity that he had yesterday.
He's shooting the ball better than Svi. Svi was supposed to be our guy. He's shooting 11% from the three-point line.
I wouldn't react so soon on that.
I'm not overreacting, so I'm just saying what he's
season.
been doing, and Saddiq Bey has been showing touches of
no matter
of a really
what
good
you're looking
structure.
at, it's a small sample size right now.
Yeah,
but last night when Saddiq Bey hits that turnaround three-pointer, I'm just like, oh, all right.
I can get used to that.
All right, you got that in your game? What you got, Alex?
Saddiq Bey shot 41% from three-point range at Villanova, so he could be our next Svi. Or he could be our
He could be what Svi was supposed to be.
Svi from last year.
No, I like Svi. Yeah. I like Bey. I just like seeing the rookies get run like that. So last night was, even though it was a loss, I think overall it was a good game for the Pistons.
Yeah. It's so weird talking like this.
Isn't that weird?
I love it, though.
Optimistic, baby.
That fourth quarter ending was very nice. But something that you can't question the first 3 games is effort and hustle over on the court, and I love that about this team.
And that's what you want to see out of your young team. Is the effort going to be there? Is the hunger going to be there? Is the desire going to be there?
And you don't want to see them pointing fingers at whose fault it is why we're losing. No. It's okay. We're a team. We'll get through the whole season together no matter what.
Yeah, so last night's game, it is what it is. It's in the past. Trae Young did not light us up like I thought he was gonna, but tonight we got a different animal to deal with.
29 is not lighting up.
It's not, man. Trae Young's averaging 35 points a game, so we held him like 6 points under his average.
I just want to admit, I want everybody to know this, that on the show yesterday, I predicted Trae Young is gonna have less than 30 points, and you guys all looked at me like, you're an idiot. He's gonna ball out on us. We got none of our stars.
And
29 points. So I'm going to say it today.
You were right, Joey.
Steph Curry. 5 points.
5 points.
I don't know. I'm just hoping
in the first 3 minutes.
I don't know. Let's just say the whole game. Because
Steph Curry right now is averaging 25 points a game. So where do you think he's going to go?
Yeah,
over-under for Steph Curry on his average. What do you think?
I'm going to say over.
Over?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you taking? Derrick Rose is back tonight, so him and Killian will be responsible for Steph.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be different matchups than it was last night trying to control Trae Young, because now you do have the Derrick Rose back, and that's what we're going to get into next is our injury report on the game. Pistons don't really have any injuries this game.
No, you said it yesterday during the show that players were being rested. It wasn't so much an injury situation, so I don't think any team really is having injury problems.
Jahlil Okafor is the only one who's questionable with a foot.
And I'm worried about that because I want to see him play more.
I want to see Stewart.
Yeah, but I loved Okafor in the preseason. He looked strong in the preseason.
He did in the preseason, but he's got to prove himself in the regular season.
I like what he did with his body. I'm glad he's taking it
you
more
like that
seriously.
body?
Yeah,
No, let's not go there.
Yeah.
But I think he's a serviceable backup for Mason
he's
Plumlee.
serviceable.
Jeez.
I thought this was a Pistons pregame show.
So the Warriors have about 3 guys out. Draymond's out. We know that.
Clay.
Clay is pretty much out for the
whole
rest,
season.
the rest of eternity. I mean, he was out last season. He's out this season. He's going to be out next season. And then Marquise Chris is also out with an ankle. Chris really doesn't affect the game plan, but Draymond and Clay being out, that's 2 of the big 3 out for Golden State.
Yeah, Golden State, though, Wiseman's balled out early on. He's shown what he was capable of doing at Memphis.
Are you surprised by that at all?
No, it was such a perfect situation. You know, we talk a lot in the NFL about landing in the right situation.
Right.
This dude couldn't have landed in a better spot. A team that moves the ball.
Yeah.
Team-oriented, not a bunch of selfish dudes. And he goes out, plays, grabs boards, although he can improve on that, and he shoots.
Yeah,
He's not afraid to shoot it.
No, right now he's averaging 14.7 points a game. I mean, he's getting 24 minutes a game, so they're putting him in there, man.
Him and Anthony Edwards are contributing a lot, given they're not giving 35, 40 minutes a game.
What do you guys think of the Pistons jerseys that they're going to be rocking tonight?
Oh, is it the 313 jerseys today?
I love it.
It's the what is it called? The City jerseys.
Yeah, the
The
313
City jerseys. Yeah, and they, you should have them up on the screen right now. That they got the circle in the middle, and I think they kind of look cool, man. I like these jerseys. They kind of remind me of 76ers jersey though, like the old school 76ers.
I can see that. Yeah.
They do.
Don't they?
Yeah, I love that it says Detroit, Michigan on it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the jerseys next year with that Big Sean designs. Like,
Is it next year or the year after?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
2 years.
2 seasons.
It's 2 years from now.
Yeah, 22.
Okay. Well, I know his the Don logo is already on all the practice jerseys,
Yeah.
so that's
It's
awesome
so
too.
freaking cool to see that.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see what he comes up with. But anytime the Pistons have alternate jerseys, I usually like them. You know, the Lions sometimes they put on alternate jerseys, and it's just like,
I think we all agree about the Lions. It's the Thanksgiving ones are the best. We
Yeah,
missed the black
the
ones.
throwbacks and
We
the
missed-
black ones.
We missed the black ones, but for the Pistons, they've had the gray jerseys, the retros,
Yep.
the Detroit with the little zigzag on
the
it.
lightning bolt.
Yeah,
that was
they
back
have
in the
cool
Dick
ones.
Vitale era. That's
they
when
have good
Dickie
ones.
V took over the Pistons.
And you can
They
never
were-
go
still
wrong
like
with
the teals.
you can never go wrong with the late '80s, early '90s
They're
jerseys.
classic,
Yeah.
man. And don't you ever bring up teal on the
teal
show
boys.
again, ever? Do people?
teal
Stick is
boys.
totally against going back to the Grant Hill days.
It's not about Grant Hill. It's about fucking teal. Like, we don't want teal on the
with
court.
you.
We
I'm
don't want
with
him on
you.
our players.
I'm
When
with
Joe
you.
Dumars took over the team, he says, I don't bleed teal. Neither do I.
It ain't teal. It's Detroit teal.
No.
the Detroit.
We're
All right,
done with teal.
we're not going to do this.
So I'm excited to see the new jerseys tonight. Hopefully it brings a new energy because, you know, you look good, you play good.
100%, but you also play when there's people in the stands and the honeys looking at you. They got none of that.
There's no honeys in the stand except Automotion. They're still there dancing at LCA.
Automotion. They're not even called that anymore, are they?
Yeah, they are. They'll always be Automotion.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, what up, Automotion?
So they're still in the stands dancing, and
How
nobody's
awkward
there.
that got to be for them?
It's got to be a little weird. It's weird to
I guess
watch.
it's just a practice.
Yeah, but you know they're not there for the fans. I guess they're there for the players to pump them up.
Man, I'll never forget the one time an Automotion girl was walking around, and it was right around Valentine's Day, and I shaved the heart into my chest.
Jeez.
So I'm at the basketball game, and all of a sudden I lift my shirt up.
She get you pizza?
And they're walking around with the pizzas. They look at me. She walks up to me and she looks at me. Is that real? I was like, yeah, it's real chest hair. She says, ew. And gave it to me and ran.
And that's exactly what you want to hear from Automotion when you talk to
You're
them.
doing great, Joe.
Ew. So shout out to Automotion for dancing there. I wonder if that dancing usher is there. I love that guy. So yeah, we'll see if those guys are there tonight, and I think we're gonna see if the rookies earned their keep last night, because last night was kind of an audition for a couple of them. And now, do you think they're going to get those minutes tonight with Blake and with Derrick Rose being back?
I think you'll see a setback in minutes played, but you'll see maybe the trust increasing from Coach Casey to the team. It's an interesting matchup. The Warriors are not really a perfect team. They're kind of an art situation where they're missing their stars. We're not, but they're just a team that's kind of rebuilding and trying to find themselves again.
Right.
Honestly, besides the last game against the Bulls, the Warriors have not looked good at all.
Steph is shooting 38. I know he's averaging 25 and 7, but he's shooting 38 from the field, not even just from 3.
That'll be fine.
It'll be fine, but it's a consequence of they don't move the ball like they used to. Clay's not out there to give Steph space. Draymond's not out there to give Steph space. This team doesn't move the ball like the Warriors we've seen in their dynasty days.
Right.
And that's, in my opinion, it's really affecting him.
But what about the rookies tonight for the Pistons? Do you see Saddiq Bey getting more minutes? Do you see Stewart getting more minutes?
Saddiq and Stewart should, especially with Okafor still questionable, hopefully. We'll see if he plays or not.
Saddiq had 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I don't see him having that many.
He should.
He should. I would love to see that. But
who's the 2 guard on the team that is better than Saddiq? Svi? I mean,
no.
I'd rather give the rookie the minutes.
Josh Jackson's a 2 guard.
Yeah, Josh Jackson.
He plays as a flex. He's more of a small forward, but they
He's
flex
a
him.
2-3.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Josh Jackson, even Draymond Green was watching
Dude,
yesterday.
he balled.
He was
27
scouting
points.
yesterday, and Draymond took to Twitter to say, watching the Pistons play, and Josh Jackson playing his ass off, and I love to see it.
But I'd like to see the small ball that we played really last night against the Hawks, where you have Josh Jackson, Saddiq Bey, Grant, and Plumlee on the court. I think that's not a bad option.
Do you think Draymond was watching to scout the Pistons, or do you think he was watching just because he loves basketball and watches all the games?
No, to scout.
He was scouting?
Yeah,
Even though he's not playing, he wanted to scout?
Yeah,
he passes on his knowledge. The dude is a Defensive Player of the Year winner.
Yeah.
So.
No,
I want to see him tweet today, Josh Jackson, good game.
Josh
You do
Jackson,
that, then
good
I got
game.
respect for you.
So, Adam, you kind of brought it up, like, they're not where they were, the Warriors we're talking about. Obviously, they were world beaters. They were, a dynasty in the making. I guess you can call them a
5
dynasty.
straight finals.
Yeah, for what they were a dynasty. But they could have run on for another 5-6 years
Easily.
winning championships, and that all came crashing down last year.
Yep.
Do you guys ever see a scenario to where the Warriors get back to what they were?
Do you want me to start, Joey? Or?
Yeah, go ahead, start.
I don't think there'll ever be a dynasty.
Again? Right.
Again,
Okay.
yeah, period. With this group,
Right.
the Curry, the Draymond, the Clay, I don't think there'll ever be a dynasty. Could they push for a finals appearance? I don't see why not. Wiseman's very good. He's really an upgrade to what they've ever had at center.
Right.
Even DeMarcus Cousins on one leg, though.
Yeah, Boogie.
But, Boogie.
Boogie.
Poor Boogie. But Clay's got to get right. That's the key to all this. Clay's got to get right. I'm not a fan of Andrew Wiggins. Him and Oubre are shooting, 13% from 3 right now?
Yeah,
it's embarrassing.
When Clay's right and the Splash Brothers are back, that's when they can be
Yeah, they run the
dangerous again.
elevator offense. They get spacing on the court.
Right.
That team's a totally different team when Clay's out on the court.
I do love what you said about Steve Kerr this morning, though, about how he's taking his lumps right now.
He deserves it. I love it, though.
He's like, well, we've had it good for so long. I'll take a bad team
Yeah,
here and there.
when they played the Nets, Joey, opening night, they got their ass kicked, and after the game, they were asking him, how does it feel, going against KD and Kyrie? You guys got pounded pretty hard. It's like, honestly, I've coached a team like that for the last 5 years. I have to take this one on the chin and just accept that we're not where we used to be.
So, Joey, do you see them ever getting back to their championship form?
Health. I mean, the health's the biggest thing right now.
Yeah.
And Wiseman is definitely one that I like.
Yeah, he's a good piece to the puzzle.
It's going to take some time to get him to where you need.
Right. So, with all that being said, would you rather be where the Pistons are right now or where the Warriors are right now?
Gotta say the Warriors.
You gotta say the Warriors?
I have Steph Curry in his prime for the next 3 years.
Okay.
Granted, I have a question mark with Clay. I do get Draymond. Draymond's not suffering from some season-long injury, so he'll be back. That's 2 pieces. I like Wiseman. I like the development. So if I'm a Warriors fan, I'm more optimistic for a playoff push in the next 2 seasons than I am as a Pistons fan. I'm not expecting playoffs personally in the next 2 seasons.
Joey?
With him.
You're with him?
With him 100%.
See, I'm... No, go ahead. Explain
We're
why
talking
you're with
from
them.
a contending standpoint, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I love where we're at as a team and the pieces we have right now and where we're going.
But I'm also talking from a trending standpoint. Like, you had a team that was here, and they've slowly come down
Crashing
here.
down. Oh,
We got a
it was
team
like
that-
an immediate fall, but
We got a team that's here, and they're like climbing a little bit.
But the rate that they're going to be growing is not the rate that they're going to continue falling as the Warriors.
Injuries
Because
aside.
they're already there.
So you
injuries
don't think
aside,
there's going to be a time when they cross and the Pistons
quite.
overtake the
not
Warriors?
yet.
Not
Okay.
quite.
When the Warriors are on the decline, in my opinion, I think the Warriors, again, forget injuries. If I gave you a starting 5 of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and James Wiseman.
Yeah, but
See
you
what I
can't
mean?
forget injuries.
No, well, Klay
you
aside,
can't say,
we're not
I'm going to
looking-
put Clay in the lineup when he's never going to be in the lineup.
Well, that's the thing. It's really prevalent on whether Clay comes back next year. Because if he's back next year, he doesn't even need to be Clay that he was. If he can be 80% of that, that team for me is like a 4 or 5 seed in the West easily.
See, for me, it's scary with Clay because even if he comes back, like what happened last year, he came back for like a game and boom, out for another season.
Yeah.
So I'm not pushing any chips into that pile anymore.
Yeah.
I would rather bet on the Pistons to be better in 3 years than the Warriors. That's where I stand.
Yeah, but that wasn't really it. It was more, what team are you more optimistic for right now?
Yeah.
And you got to go with, you got a league MVP, you got a defensive player of the year guy, a rookie that's really good.
I'll never knock Steph Curry.
Oh, no, it's not a knock.
I mean, do we have the video of him shooting the ball for 5 minutes? Can we just watch Steph Curry behind us make 105 three-pointers in a row?
Joe, you could do that, right?
I could.
I heard you called out Steph Curry. You said you can do it in your sleep.
Nah, I said I could do like 30 or 40 of them.
I don't think
much.
anybody at this table, honestly, could get more than 30 out of 105.
More than 30?
No way. No way.
You guys would surprise me.
The Steph Curry's behind us right now. So we're just going to keep talking while Steph Curry just drains threes behind us. And hopefully this is not what we see in LCA tonight.
You know what's crazy to think, though? The Warriors. Because, I mean, we know the Warriors and who they are.
This would be a sold-out arena.
Ranked 28th in the league in three-point shooting at 30%.
I'm telling you, the way the spacing works totally changed everything.
Yeah.
When Clay's on the court, he's an off-ball.
You're right.
He doesn't need to touch the ball. He put up 61 touching the ball 13 times. Dude does not need to have the ball in his hand. He just needs to be in his island, moving. And the fact that that's not there makes it almost impossible for Steph to be Steph, in my opinion.
Right.
Like, there's a reason they're Splash Brothers. Like, they really need each other.
They need each other to space the floor and get that action going.
Yeah,
and that's where a Draymond comes in who facilitates it from the center spot.
If Andrew Wiggins wants to chill out and try to be Klay Thompson, if I'm the opposing team, go for it, bro. You're not going to be what Klay Thompson is.
See, but Isaiah Stewart, man, when you see when you see the picks, I'm not joking. I talked about it this morning. There was one play yesterday. He set 6 freaking picks in one play.
That's the man.
Just going.
Right there.
Dude, that's what we talked about this on draft night. What was your expectation of the Isaiah Stewart pick? And we talked about it, and it was like, man, I'm not going to say Ben Wallace, but energy-wise, somebody like that. Right. And then you immediately saw it last night. He came in.
How many fouls you get? I love his grind on the court.
We need him to get with Charles Oakley and Ben Wallace, because that's who Ben Wallace trained with.
And we need
gain that grip.
At the Palace.
Remember the old stories about Ben Wallace training in a heated tin barn when it got up to like 130 degrees?
What did he squat, like 600 pounds?
I don't know. Ask Ron Artest when he threw his little ass across the Palace how much that guy could. Ron Artest goes flying. Ben Wallace is an absolute beast, and if we can get even 10% of that out of Stewart, I'm a happy boy.
What we could get tonight would be great if we could get 10 to 15% of what Steph Curry is doing.
Yeah.
He's
still shooting.
105 three-pointers.
Dude's still shooting.
We get what, 15% of those?
You know who's going to be out there thinking he could shoot like Steph Curry? Blake Griffin.
Blake. I love Corey. Corey's like, Blake, please. I love you, man. Please, I love you. Don't make me sit up here and say anything bad about you, but please, just don't shoot the damn three. Hey, if you're hot, you're hot.
Hey,
but don't shoot the
Blake,
three.
I'll take that.
I'll take first half Blake. Yeah.
I'll take that all day.
I'll take first half Blake, and that's it.
Yeah, second half Blake, not so much.
And then the Isaiah Stewart and Sadiq Bey the rest of the way.
Yeah, there we go. That's the perfect package. I think we cracked the code here. So the players of interest in this game, we've kind of both been touching on them early on. Obviously, Steph Curry is kind of the only Warrior you're going to worry about, kind of like Trae Young was yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a few more weapons, obviously, than Atlanta, but Steph Curry. Like, that's the key player for the Warriors.
Did I mishear you? Did you say the Warriors have more weapons than the Hawks, or was that vice? So the Hawks have more weapons.
No. The Warriors have more weapons.
See, I don't think that.
Hawks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Hawks are more. Well, one, they're a top 3 scoring team in the NBA. I know we're only 4 or 5 games in for most teams, but the Warriors, again, they're missing Klay. Like, I'm not worried about anybody shooting the basketball on that team other than Steph. So it kind of makes game planning easier. They beat the Bulls. That wasn't really an accomplishment. I think out of the
first, they barely beat the Bulls too.
So we lost to Cleveland. Again, we're not a polished team, but if you're taking your chances on a game for the Pistons to win, it's really this one. You're not going to get into a shootout with this team, so you kind of I expect at least the Pistons to be in the game all 4 quarters. Whether or not they win is beyond me, but I think it's a close game.
Yeah, so the player of interest for the Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry, he's been averaging 25 points a game, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, almost 2 steals, and 0.7 blocks.
I'm going to be like I'm at a high school basketball game and you say Steph Curry. Who cares?
Who cares? Well, the player of interest for the Detroit Pistons, who do you think that is for tonight?
Balake.
It's got to be
It's got to be Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
It's got to be Blake.
I mean, you can pick D Rose because of his matchup with Steph Curry, but Blake's got to be dominant tonight. He's got to like take advantage of the paint, and I really want to see that pick and roll with Killian Hayes. Like, I want to see that.
Stick has been screaming for the pick and roll.
I have been.
Honestly, all season.
We saw it the first game, and it looked great.
And I really couldn't agree more.
Yeah, thank you.
And again, Draymond is not in the paint.
Right.
Wiseman is tall, but he's not a polished defensive player, so you're not really going to worry about Wiseman in the paint.
Isaiah Stewart. That's all we need
you
down there.
You gotta take advantage where you can. If you think you're going to beat this team by perimeter shooting, it's probably not going to happen even without Klay.
Right.
So take advantage of where they're missing right now. They don't have Draymond. You got to take advantage of the paint.
Yeah, Blake's averaging 20.5, 6.5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1.5 steals, 0 blocks. I don't like that. 0.0 blocks.
Yeah,
So
that's
that means
not
not
something
even a
that he's
block
ever
all
been
season.
known for.
I know
though.
it's only been 2 games too, but still, I mean, he may not have been known for it, but he's an above the rim player, or at least he used to be. Like, you expect him to at least swat 1 or 2.
I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe 1.
Maybe 1.
I think like 0.7 to like 0.9 is a fair average for him to go for the whole season.
Yeah, but he's got 0.0 right now.
Games in. I mean, come on.
I know, but we need better than 0.0 out of our power forward on blocks.
I agree with that.
So that's the key player matchup tonight. Do you guys have any other players you're interested in watching besides the rookies that we mentioned?
I got to go for Wiseman. Wiseman, in my opinion, has a free paint tonight. Plumlee, good body, no defensive stalwart, in my opinion. Or not, maybe elite. He's very good,
for
but
sure
not elite. So I think Wiseman, this is the game where he's got to get over 20 points, if there's a game.
Right.
You're not going against a Drummond. You're not going against Laurie. Laurie Markkanen's not really a defensive player, but you don't have anybody 7 foot, really your height, that's going to penetrate or contest your shots.
Right.
So that paint is going to be open all day for him.
So go for it. Take it to the hole. Take it to the hole. Take it to the hole.
And from the Pistons standpoint, it's got to be Saddiq Bey. Saddiq Bey, if we're talking just rookies, it's got to be Saddiq Bey. Saddiq Bey's got to get at least 25 minutes. Go small ball against this team. There's no one to worry about. And try to exploit it, man. I'd love to see Jackson, Grant, Saddiq Bey all on the court, even with Blake on at the same time. That'd be great.
And Killian. I don't want to forget about Killian.
Yeah. Well, Killian, because we have Rose tonight, so they'll be in and out of the lineup. But those core 4, if they could get maybe 14 minutes on the court together tonight in a group, a small ball, that would be great for me.
Joey, who are you looking forward to tonight? Killian?
Killian for sure,
Yeah.
and Isaiah's another big one because he really got unleashed last game.
Isn't it fun to be able to talk about rookies like this? I love it.
Dude,
I love it. Thank you, Troy Weaver.
Seriously,
Thank you, Troy.
We love you, Troy.
And we're talking about 3 in the first round.
Right.
That's what's so exciting.
Right.
It's not like we knew this was going to happen. We made last-minute changes in the draft and made all of this happen.
Look
all
around the
thanks to Troy
NBA right
Weaver.
now. I know we're Pistons fans, so we're a little biased towards our rookies, but
Me?
other than Anthony Edwards and Wiseman, there's no rookie out there showing out. Ball's struggling. He's on the bench. He gets maybe 14 minutes.
Raggedy ass Ball brothers. Get your ass out of Detroit. Take your little LaMelo with you. Take all those balls out of here. We don't need them.
Speaking of ball, Lonzo is having
Lonzo
a good
can
year.
get it too.
But speaking of just the rookie class,
Yeah.
no one's really being talked about. And, like for me, I'm excited about what we have. I'm not expecting Stewart to be a world beater. I'm not expecting Saddiq Bey to
I'm
That's the
expecting
great
them
part.
to grow. That's it.
And that's the great part.
right.
It's like I can see Saddiq Bey being a better version of Kyle Korver, more dynamic, maybe Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield's probably a better comparison
Yeah,
from that standpoint.
it's tough for me to picture SaddiqEy as Kyle Korver.
From a sharpshooting standpoint.
No, I understand what
he's
you
way
meant,
more of
but
an
visually,
athlete.
they're polar opposites.
I mean, they look the exact same.
Yeah, no, they're twins. They're twins. So let's get into our 3 points of the game, or our 3 keys to victory for the Pistons. Joey, let's start with you. What are your 3 keys for the Pistons to come out with a victory tonight against the Golden State Warriors?
So I know the Warriors have the worst 3-point defense.
Yep.
So you look at that and it's like, all right, well, maybe the Pistons should shoot threes. I don't think so. I want to see more drive game. To Adam's point earlier, Draymond Green, the paint is different right now. It's an open hole for us to get down in the paint.
Right.
And I just want to see our players driving in the lane
Right.
and drawing fouls and getting free throws.
Yeah.
And just being aggressive.
It's like a Pontiac girl, on a Saturday night. The lane's wide open, just go for it, right?
Exactly.
Adam, you got 3?
Yeah, the first one has.
One of my 3s. Oh, that was like 3.
Yeah, that was 3.
Well, no, that was 1.
All right, what are your 2 other ones, Joey?
I literally said, drive hard to the lane, get more free throws.
Right, you gave us 3.
No, that was 1 part A, B, and C.
Oh, okay.
So
right.
2, I got to go with less mistakes and turnovers.
Yes.
We have had way too many, and I know we're still learning each other and getting the chemistry.
Young team, right?
Young team. And just hustle. I want to see more hustle on both ends of the court.
I like that.
That's fair.
I'll take all those. If we
I'll
do
take
all
them.
those things,
That's a good chance to win.
17 of them.
all 17 of Joey's 3 points. What about you, Adam? What are your 3 takeaways of the game?
Perimeter defense today for me is the most important thing. We can't let Steph Curry be Steph Curry. If you're able to limit him to 25 points or under, I think the team has a real shot. The second thing would be rebounding. We need to rebound better.
Box
Isaiah
out.
Stewart did a great job in the minutes that he was in.
Yep.
But we need more of that from a team. Rebounding, in my opinion, is hustle, and it's a collective effort. So if we can rebound if we can win the rebounding battle tonight, that gives us a good chance. And the third one, the most important one, move the ball. Please move the ball.
Play the right way.
Do pick and rolls like Sticks says.
Yes, please.
Move the ball around. I don't mind ISO ball, but God damn it can't be every other play. Please move the ball. Be creative. This team, you're playing a team that gives up the 3rd most points in the NBA. Trust me, it shouldn't be difficult to score tonight. Just play good, play right, move the ball, trust your teammates. I think it should give the Pistons a great chance to win.
And that's what lost us the Cavaliers game was we stopped moving the ball. We went to one-on-one, Derrick Rose
It was
against
ISO ball
Andre
for the last
Drummond,
7
and it was
minutes.
like, come on, man, get a team involved. There's a reason you have a team with spacing and angles, and it creates motion, and motion creates chaos, and that's what you need to do. Yep. And we kind of just mailed it in. It was like, all right, D Rose, take us home, baby.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out for us. I mean, we were up by 9 with a minute
You don't want to
left in
rely on
overtime.
that, though. When you approach crunch time, you want to continue what you've been doing all game.
Right.
Yes, if you have a closer and these elite players, you want to rely on them, sure, but you don't just sit there and watch them play for 8 minutes
No, you
while
still
you're
gotta
scoring
make the plays.
13 points in the 4th quarter and then 16 the following night. So that's got to be avoided. We got to finish the game as we started.
Yeah, so my 3 takeaways or my 3 keys to success for tonight, as we mentioned it earlier, take it to the hole, take it to the hole, take it to the hole. Just be aggressive.
Yes.
Go for it. You mentioned it too, so I think we're all in agreement that being aggressive tonight and attacking their weak-ass defense is probably the best chance we have to get a W, right?
I'd
We
agree
know
with
we
that.
got the players to do it. Now we just got to see it out of them.
Right. And then my second one, Joey, you kind of stole this one too in your 17 points. Be physical. Outman these guys.
Can somebody give Joey the memo for the next
For
show
3?
that it's only 3, not 17? Thank you.
Be very physical with this team. And my third point, close the game.
Yes.
Our first 2 games we could have won, and I made this point yesterday, and we actually made strides to closing the game because we got better in the 4th a little bit. But for real, close the game. If you are up going into the 4th quarter, step on these dudes' throats.
And it's a learning process,
It is,
to be
but-
fair. And I think we saw it yesterday. I thought there were better signs.
Yes.
But when Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose are on the court, please don't get lost staring at them. Move. Get open. Get the ball. Make plays. Don't rely on Blake and Derrick to just close the game for us.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying we're trying to win a championship right now, but
No.
you want to good habits.
You want to learn how to win. You got to learn how to win as
Exactly.
well.
And
Okay.
to both of your points, I mean, Adam mentioned it earlier. We were 16 and 15 in the 4th quarter as far as points in the first 2 games. In the last game, 33 points in the 4th quarter.
So let's do
That's
it.
what we need to see.
Yep. All right. Well, let's get into predictions. We got about 1 minute left, so don't
Ooh.
take too long on this one, Joey.
One score, not 17.
One score. Over under for tonight is 225.5, and the Warriors are favored by 4.5. What you taking?
I'm going to take under on the point spread on this one, and then I'm going to go with Pistons getting a W at 110 to 101.
110, 101. All right. What about
Interesting.
you, Adam?
I'm going to take the under, just
Okay.
like Joey, but I'm going to have the Warriors winning 113-107.
113, 107. I'm more towards you, except I'm going to take the
Flip it.
over. I'm going to take the over in this game. And I think the Pistons will pull out with the victory, like 120 to 110, something like that. Okay. That's where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's so easy for me to call games right now because I'm not even worried. I just want to see the team improve. I don't care if they win or lose.
That's our Pistons pregame show. The game is up next. Enjoy it tonight. We'll talk about it tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. on the Morning Wood Show. Have a great Pistons game. Go Pistons!